Okay, so now we are at question 4, and I'm trying something new here because it's quite boring to be in the rooms while I'm teaching you guys. So I'm bringing the class out to the garden, alright, where the plants are, and hopefully get some nice footage, nice, you know, environment for the lesson, nice, whatever. Okay, so we are now at question 4. Behind me there are some plants. Later on I'll explain to you why. Now let's look at the question 4. Elise placed a potted plant in a sealed transparent container. So why is there a sealed transparent container? Why? Because so that the air within this container cannot get out and the air from the outside cannot get in. Alright, so whatever that is inside this container will remain there, and whatever that is inside this container will also remain there. Okay, so one pot in setup A and two frogs in setup B. Alright, and they are both sealed. Okay, now the setups below were placed in a brightly lit place. We know if it's a transparent container, light can pass through, and we know that if it's a brightly lit place, that means the plants can what? The plants can photosynthesize. Okay, so the transparent containers would allow the light to pass through and allow the plants to synthesize, right? And we also know that when plants photosynthesize, they give out what? What do plants give out when they photosynthesize? They give out oxygen and they use carbon dioxide, right? So we know that plants use carbon dioxide. I'm gonna write short form. Don't write short form in your exams, okay? Plants use up CO2 and gives out oxygen. Okay, oxygen when they photosynthesize. Okay, so what is happening inside this setup A is that the plants will use the carbon dioxide. Alright, when they use up the carbon dioxide, it means carbon dioxide will decrease. Am I right? And they will give out oxygen. So what will happen to the level of oxygen in this setup? It will increase. Okay, now let's look at setup B. Setup B only has frogs. Can frogs photosynthesize? Frogs can't photosynthesize, even though some of them are green in color. Okay, because only plants with chloroplasts in their leaves, alright, like that, okay, they can photosynthesize. Okay, no matter how green the frog is, they can't photosynthesize. Alright, so what happened is the frogs will respire, am I right? They will breathe in oxygen, they will use oxygen, and they will breathe out carbon dioxide, right? Frogs will use up oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Am I right? Okay, so what will happen to the amount of oxygen here if it is being used up? Will it increase or decrease? Well, if it's being used up, that means it will decrease. Am I right? What will happen to the carbon dioxide if it is being breathed out by the frogs? That means, it will increase. Hi. Okay, so now, after giving you that explanation, what do you think will happen? What do you think the answer will be? Alright? Okay, so we have settled oxygen, we have settled carbon dioxide. Now let's look at water vapor. Alright, Tate. Now, oxygen, we've already talked about. Carbon dioxide, we've already talked about. Now, what do plants give out through their stomata? They give out carbon dioxide when they are photosynthesizing. They're giving out oxygen when they're photosynthesizing because they use carbon dioxide. Okay, and they will also release some water vapor. Am I right? So what will happen to the water vapor in setup A? It will increase or decrease? Well, think about it. Okay, similarly to setup B, alright, the frogs will also breathe out just like me, just like us. So when you breathe out, you can see that it also gives out what? Carbon dioxide as well as okay, water vapor. How do we know? Because we can see water droplets condensing on my glass as I breathe out. So what do you think the answer will be? Alright, I want you to go to this website and key it in. Alright, you can pause here for a while to do that. Okay, after you've done that, obviously, alright, we know that oxygen in setup A increase, carbon dioxide decrease, but water vapor we know that it does increase. So this is wrong. Alright, so oxygen decrease in setup A is wrong. Alright, oxygen increase, correct. Carbon dioxide decrease, correct. Water vapor increase, correct. Okay, oxygen here increase, this is wrong because the frogs will use up the oxygen. So the answer is 4. Let's check. Okay, increase, correct. Decrease, correct. Water vapor increase. Oxygen decrease, carbon dioxide increase because the frogs are breathing it out, and the water vapor increase. So the answer is number 4. So likewise, if you have gotten the answer correct, go to this and say, yay Mr. Zaki, I got answer for question 4 correct. And if you think and if you got it wrong, just go to this website again and type in what your original answer was, and now that you know that your answer is incorrect, what lessons have you learned from it? Okay, so that's question number 4. If you have any other question about question number 4, do drop into this address and ask me questions. Okay, don't feel shy. Thank you. Bye bye.